So, last thing that we want to do in terms of the logic is check for a draw. So we've checked for a win, we've allowed for a move, we now need to see if there's a draw. So this is again going to be a public boolean because I want to return true or false. So public boolean draw. And the way that we can check for a draw is checking how many free spaces there are. If there are no free spaces, then that means there's nowhere else somebody can go, and the game's going to be a draw. So we're going to write a loop to go through the board. So for int row equals 0, while row is less than board dot length row plus plus. So this allows us to go through our rows, and now to go through the columns so we can inspect each individual element. Int col equals 0, while col is less than board row dot length col plus plus. And what we want to do is just want to check if the board element equals a space. So if row col dot equals a space, if it does, return false. So as soon as it finds a space, that means that it can't be a draw, and therefore the game's going to continue. If it never gets to run that, then we need to return. That must mean that there was no spaces, and we need to return true at the very end. So if I fill up all of these, just to test this, so let's fill up our board, and let's see if we can get a draw. So game dot, oh actually, system out dot print game dot draw. So I just want to print out whether or not the game was a draw. Oh, previous games running. A couple of games running. Yep, I want to end that. Okay, so I'm going to run this, and I can see that true, the game was a draw because all the spaces were filled up. If I leave one empty and run the code, false, it found a space, so therefore the game is not a draw. So let's set my board back to its starting position. And now I have my logic for draw. In the next video, we're going to bring all of this together to make the game work and run.